Since I was a little kid, God was telling me that He has a very powerful work to do with me. It was hard to be a Christian on that time. Somehow was forbidden. You could go to the church, but you just couldn't study the Bible. You were not allowed to pray. You were not allowed to do any kind of Christian activities.
My name is Bayar Jargal Garam Tsereng. I'm from Mongolia and I'm a Langham scholar. For 70 years, Mongolia was totally closed country. No churches, no underground churches. I was always looking for purpose in my life. I had these questions like, why am I in this world? What am I supposed to do with my life?
Today, there are many preachers who don't have a proper training to oversee, to run, or to lead a church. They use their own experiences as templates to what God should or must do in the lives of the church.
As noted church leader and author John Stott traveled the world, he saw what we know is true today. Christianity is growing fastest outside the West. But he also observed that most preachers in these key regions of the world were not equipped to preach God's word. In fact, 80% of church leaders have never received any formal training to understand or preach God's word. As a result, biblical illiteracy abounds and misguided teachings gets passed down from generation to generation. Seeing this, Stott recognized the biblical importance of identifying and developing local church leaders. He used the proceeds from his book sales and speaking fees to create Langham Partnership. Langham Partnership is focused on 3 strategic initiatives. 1. Training local pastors to preach God's word faithfully in their local context. 2. Supporting emerging theologians in the majority world to complete their PhD so they can raise up more church leaders in their home countries. 3. Working with local scholars and authors to publish biblical resources in their own language for churches in their own culture. Langham Partnership operates in over 130 countries, focusing on Eastern Europe, Africa, Asia, Latin America, and the Middle East. Langham trains pastors in places characterized by poverty, pressure, and potential. Now, 50 years later, the impact of these efforts are felt around the world. Langham has equipped over 340 scholars like Bayar Jargal Garam Tsereng to lead training initiatives in their home country.
Having studied and completed my PhD in biblical studies, it equipped me for the work I'm doing now in Bible translation. Our project, Mongolian Standard Version, has a huge potential impact because this will enable pastors and leaders in their preaching.
Thanks to Langham literature, thousands of key biblical books are published and distributed every year, including regional commentaries like the single-volume Bible commentary authored by African church leaders.
This is a good investment. Having all the 66 books of the Bible in one commentary was really a welcome celebration.
It's something that just helps them really zero in on issues that are addressed in the commentary, that are not addressed in any other commentary.
Through Langham preaching, pastors across the globe like Daniel Copil in Romania receive training to clearly and faithfully preach God's word.
It's important for the preaching to be done right, using the Langham method on expository preaching. The materials were helping me for studying the Bible, getting the sense of the word. You can preach at your house, at your work, everywhere.
We believe every church needs a well-trained pastor. When you support Langham Partnership, you are raising the standard of biblical teaching around the world in ways that will be passed down from generation to generation. Join us.